daughter of the first female state secretary of the university, Marjorie Albert, who's in the audience today.
Now I got some pictures and videos over there.
Yeah, I love all the young girls in here. It's like Vicky on I'm so sorry.
In the East Room of the White House, and today is the International Day of Girl, and the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, is hosting an event today to honor 15 girls from across the U.S. for their profound contributions to their communities. And we have, it's a packed house. We have many representatives from across the Biden-Harris administration, as well as various organizations dedicated to girls and women. In the audience today also is President of Millennium Corporation, Alice Albright, who is the daughter of the first female Secretary of State of the U.S., the late Secretary Madeleine Albright. A champion, a global champion for the empowerment of women and girls during a public service as the ambassador to the UN, U.S. ambassador to the UN, as well as Secretary of State. We also have members of the Girl Scouts also in the audience. Dr. Jill Biden has been a champion of women and girls for over 30 years. She has traveled globally promoting empowerment of women, education for girls. Through various initiatives, including in the military, promoting gender equality, equal pay for economic empowerment through the joint efforts to support military spouses. Empowering them to be able to contribute, transfer their credentials when they travel, when their military spouses transfer, so the wives will be able to easily transfer their credentials. For example, nurses to new locations. We have a lot of young girls in the audience today, and I'm pretty sure many of them will be very, very excited. Biden-Harris administration has made gender
Okay, so you're good on your mic.
equality, promoting gender equality at the core of the administration agenda, domestically, nationally, as well as globally. Promoting the empowerment of women, the empowerment of young girls, through various initiatives, as I mentioned earlier on, including through So today's event is being co-hosted by the White House Gender Policy Council. And now, yes, with the First Lady, we deliver remarks. as well as the White House Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre, the first Black woman to formally hold that title. And we have the Director of the White House Gender Policy Council, Jen Pierre. The events will begin shortly while we wait for the First Lady to arrive in the audience. That's the gender leader of the White House Gender Policy Council, and enjoy Karen Jean-Pierre, the White House Press Secretary, just arrived.
My name is Brianna Bennett. I'm Brooke Bennett. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. Brooke and I are leading change in our community by making a difference on ending poverty period and ending period poverty. The change that we also made was helping to pass a bill that puts period products in schools across the state of Alabama.
By helping to shift the narrative about who Native people are in America, I work with tribal youth across the country on issues like environmental and cultural sovereignty, suicide prevention, and wellness. By speaking out against book bans at my local school board meetings, and I'm also on my school's review committee for challenged books.
By using my art as a form of activism, and my nonfiction writing has allowed me to find my place in the social justice and climate justice conversation.
By making video documentaries about how technology really amplifies real-world problems in order to raise awareness about online safety and digital injustices.
I'm leading change in our local nonprofit called Jackie's Living Place.
Young girls that will be honored today.
By advocating for firearm safety and legislation.
And right now, they're rolling the highlights.
I help establish a youth literacy program with Nova Resettling Avenue in nonprofit. We tutored over 60 kids this summer. I have also served as a student representative to the Alexander City School Board for the past 2 years, advocating for the unique needs of newly arrived students.
I am the Director of Programs at Blue Military Teens, powered by NFA. We're an organization that focuses on support for military teens, as well as fostering connections and representing one of the most underrepresented groups in media today.
A device designed for opiate addiction, and most recently, a service called Detect and Prevent Cyberbullying.
I am working to educate students and equip them with facts to combat bigotry and hatred in all forms, especially anti-Semitism.
Organizing peaceful walkouts to bring awareness to climate change and elevating impacted voices.
I'm the founder of the Literary Society, a nonprofit organization with the mission of ending hope deserts for disadvantaged preschool children. To date, my organization has given over $300,000 worth of brand new books to children in Head Start programs in all 50 states.
I'm working towards increasing civic engagement and education among underrepresented groups and younger people to see for practices like voting registration and increasing diversity in academic programs and school environments in K-12 schools.
Please welcome the First Lady of the United States, joined by the 2023 Girls Leading Change honorees, Brianna Bennett, Brooke Bennett, Jasmine Cazares,
much for joining us here today as we celebrate International Day of the Girl. I'm Jennifer Fine, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as Director of the White House Gender Policy Council. President Biden created the Gender Policy Council to put women and girls at the heart of everything his administration does, and that is exactly what we are doing. From ensuring equal access to education, to working to make sure that girls everywhere can live free from violence, supporting girls and young people is a top priority for this administration. We also know that girls themselves are a powerful force in the fight for gender equity and equality. Every year, the State Department recognizes the courage of incredible women around the world. This year, after hosting the International Women of Courage Awards, the First Lady came to us with an idea to recognize and celebrate the next generation of women leaders working to make change right here at home. So today, in honor of International Day of the Girl, we're recognizing 15 young leaders, girls leading change, who are using their voices to make change and strengthen communities across the United States. These young women were nominated by their communities, by their teachers, civic leaders, neighbors, and mentors. Hailing from 13 different states, these 15 young leaders that you see right here in front of you are building a better future for all by taking on some of our nation's biggest challenges. They are registering their neighbors to vote and getting involved in local government. They're using their voices, they're writing to educate, inform, and mobilize others. They're catalyzing real change in their communities, from school boards to state capitals. And they're working on the cutting edge of science and technology, ushering in groundbreaking discoveries and embedding safety into new technology. Earlier today, I had the honor of meeting with these young leaders. To speak with them is to be inspired, so I'm thrilled that you will have the opportunity to hear from them directly. Before we turn to our Girls Leading Change honorees, I'd like to introduce a dear, dear colleague and one of this administration's champions of gender equity and equality, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
So thank you so much, Jen. Isn't she amazing? Jen has done such amazing work. I also want to thank the First Lady, Dr. Biden, for having me here today. Thank you so much, Dr. B. And Dr. Biden has been a fearless advocate for women and girls. Getting to work for her and the President has truly, truly been an honor of a lifetime, and to be part of this administration has been just truly a dream. And I love this president, I really, really do. I do, but I will tell you that the First Lady is a true hero of mine. And the secret is, I actually wouldn't be in this job if it wasn't for her. And so I also want to shout out our honorees today, seeing your stories and the impacts you all have on your communities and the broader community is a real inspiration. When I mentioned Dr. Biden's advocacy on behalf of women, I use the word fearless. And I mean that. It is such an important word for us to kind of really embody, because here is a little secret for all of you. Being fearless, while a challenge, is all of our superpower. And I want to tell you about something not many people know that I started to share, is that there's a bracelet that I wear around my wrist right here. And I got it just around the time my daughter was born, and it says the word fearless on it. And I wear it just about every day. And I definitely wear it on days where I have to step behind the podium at the White House. Some days I even forget that I'm wearing it. But other days I look down searching for it, for a reminder that I can do big things. Because let's be honest, as women, as young women, we need to be fearless. To strive and thrive, we must be fearless, to bulldoze through the obstacles that are placed in front of us every day. And that's doubly true for women of color, queer women, trans women, disabled women, and other oppressed women, who have twice as many obstacles in their way. We must fearlessly fight for our rights and our freedoms, and the rights and freedoms of all women. In my eyes, a brave person is not someone who lacks fear, which is the actual definition in the English dictionary, but someone who feels fear and faces it head-on. Someone who moves forward in spite of their fear. Fearlessness is taking a chance, knowing you may fail. Fearlessness is getting out of bed every day, even when it's hard. I know that may sound small for some people, but we each have our own fears, our own definition of fearlessness. Being fearless is one of the most important superpowers that we as women possess. Now, I'm not talking about Marvel or DC Comics, movie, although I love Wakanda Forever. I'm talking about what it takes for us to wake up each day, take that breath, right? That breath of air, and put one foot in front of each other, just to face what comes our way. The willingness to be fearless is what has kept me standing in the face of adversity and humble in the face of admiration. My path has not been easy. It has had disappointments and setbacks, but it has been defined by hope and a willingness to stand up even when being told that I should stand down. Now, I want to be honest with you for a second. I know I've spent the last couple of minutes here talking about fearlessness and how women need to be fearless. But I would be lying to you if I told you that I'm fearless every day. We can't be perfect all the time. Some days we're fearless, some days we're exhausted, overwhelmed, and depleted, and that's okay. I heard Dr. B say this yesterday in a video that I watched where she says it's okay to not be okay. And it's true, it's okay to not be okay. Some days we must tackle our fears head on, and other days we need to give ourselves grace so that tomorrow we can rise and be fearless again. We all have this superpower, and I see it in many of you, You are already fearless advocates, fearless leaders, and I can't wait to see what you all do next. It is a real pleasure to be with you today, to witness your accomplishments, to witness your fearlessness, and it is now my honor and my pleasure to introduce the First Lady of the United States.
Thank you, Corinne. And she is fearless, isn't she? And thank you, Jen. You know, President Biden and I are honored to have all of you here at the White House for this first ever celebration of girls leading change. And I love that so many young women are here today. And I'm grateful for all the congresswomen. And you should stand up so everybody sees who you are. All the So they've taken the time to be here today and see these girls who represent their states. And the girls on this stage are using their voices to change their communities and shine a light on issues that are often overlooked. They're protecting and preserving our earth, writing and sharing stories that change minds, using their summer breaks to testify before their state legislature, and turning their pain into purpose. We often tell young people like you that, that you're our future, and it's true, but you're also our present. And there was no magic in the moment when you were given the keys to change the world. No dividing line between dreaming of leading and becoming a leader. You saw something that you knew was wrong, and you decided to fix it. You represent every girl's potential, like every single girl in this room. Because every girl can do incredible things. And you're never too young to fight for what you believe in. We need your insight and your innovation, your strength and your hope right now. So I know that we all want to get to know these young women a little bit more. So we've asked them to introduce each other and share what makes each of them shine. So I'm going to bring them up in pairs. So I'm going to introduce the first two. Gitanjali. Did I say that correctly? Gitanjali. I know, and I practiced that too. Okay, so come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Gitanjali Rao and I'm from Colorado.
Hi, my name is Lila Marie Didier and I'm from Maine.
Lila's turning her art into action. Her published novel aims to humanize climate change, speaking to the heart of these issues and their impacts.
Gitanjali also fights for our future. Instead of metaphors and similes, she uses algorithms and test tubes. She's invented an award-winning life contamination detection tool and developed STEM curriculum used across the world.
Thank you. Now, please welcome Ansha and Avery.
Hi, I'm Anya Kerman and I'm from River Forest, Illinois.
And I'm Avery Turner, I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
I have the pleasure of introducing my good friend Avery to you all. Avery supports military teens like herself. She moved 10 times while her dad served our military in the Air Force and now writes about her experiences to foster community, connection, and belonging with other military teens.
Anya also understands the importance of writing. Her essays have given voice to her experiences as a disability rights activist, and her research has spotlighted how schools can better serve students with disabilities.
Thank you, and thank you for your service as a military child. So next, Jasmine and Julia.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Augustinus and I'm from Uvalde, Texas.
And hi, I'm Julia Garnett and I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Julia is fighting book bans in public school and county libraries. She promotes the freedom to learn. And like me, she wants to ensure schools are safe and welcoming for all students.
And Jasmine is a national leader in the movement to prevent gun violence. As someone engaging my community on this very issue, I'm grateful for your bravery and your tireless work to fight for Jackie's legacy.
Elisa and Sandra.
Hi, I'm Elisa Martinez and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. And my name is Sandra Yuka and I'm from Orlando, Florida. At our high school, Sandra created the first Black student union in her county. And Elisa founded her high school's Latino student union. Sandra launched initiatives on civic education and voter registration within her school district and city. And Elisa served as a poll worker to help Spanish-speaking voters, also furthering civic education in her own community.
Gabriella and Logan.
Hello everyone, I'm Gabriella Nakai, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm Logan Hennis from New York City.
Logan works to counter anti-Semitism in her community, and she doesn't stop there. She also supports her peers in leading similar work in schools and communities across the country.
For Gabriella, there's not just one way to uplift Native communities. She supports youth mental health, grows sustainable Native produce, promotes seed saving, and founded her school's Native American Club.
Rhonda and Zara.
Hello Zahra supports refugees in her community. She created a literacy program that served over 60 kids this summer and has advocated for English as a second language services in Alexandria schools as a student representative to the Alexandria City Board of Education.
And through her literacy nonprofit, Rania has helped bring new books to 28,000 preschoolers in all 50 states. The power to read can change lives, and that's what Rania is doing every day.
Mona, along with Brianna and Brooke.
Hello, I'm Brianna Bennett.
And I'm Brooke Bennett, and we're from Montgomery, Alabama.
And I'm Mona Cho, and I'm from Redondo Beach, California.
Mona uses storytelling and film to combat online harassment and abuse through documentaries and interviews.
Raising awareness so that youth and teens, especially girls, can feel safe online and protect their mental health.
When Brianna and Brooke were 12, they collected menstrual and hygiene supplies for girls in a local housing project. Since then, they've built an organization that serves thousands and advocated for a state law that funds period products in public schools. That law passed last year.
Aren't they amazing? Should we give them another round? When women lift each other up, when we celebrate each other's successes, when we help each other soar, it's always so powerful. Now let's open up the floor to the younger girls joining us and invite them to ask all of you some questions. Are you guys okay with that? The audience looking a little like, uh-oh. So that we can learn from the power of your examples. So, Shania, who's in the audience. Let's see. Oh, back there. Okay. We have a team. Oh, we have a team. All right. Do you want to stand and ask your question? Oh, you are young.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, say out louder, teacher.
A teacher or a vet?
Deborah, you're next. Oh, here we are.
What inspired you guys to lead change?
Okay.
What inspired you guys to lead change?
All right.
What inspired you guys to lead change?
Sorry, I didn't know I was going to go to the microphone. My community inspires me to lead change. The resilience and strength of Indigenous people inspire me. My cultural upbringing and my people's ability to adapt while keeping our traditions alive teach me to also accept change, but also to be a change maker. And then the strong women who surround me, both in my Navajo and Choctaw communities, they're both upheld by strong women who are the next leaders of not just this generation, but the 7 generations to come.
For me, the global pandemic was what really sparked my interest in climate activism and also a deeper love for the natural world. And it was this time when I also began to journal again and my love for writing was reignited. So I decided to bring those two elements together and put pen to paper because it felt like the time was now to tell the story of what's happening now. And so I realized that my words and my storytelling were my way to enter the climate and the social justice conversation and humanize the issues we're facing and help us face them together.
Shania. Yep.
Oh,
There we go.
here we go.
Yep.
Do you have any advice for young women who are unsure of how to get their start in making change?
Thank you so much. Oh, okay, I'm just going to use the microphone. Things to learn. So I would say don't think about it like you're making change in the abstract, because I think that can be intimidating. But think of it like, what do you need in your community right now? That should be step one. And then how can you broaden that to reach your community as a whole? And really, you just have to make the change for the future you. What do you want to see? Remember that making change, especially at even a local, federal, state, any level, it's a team effort. You don't have to do it all yourself. You can't do it all yourself. So all you really should focus on is changing your own corner. Because guess what? You guys are here, so you've already taken the hardest step. You've decided to start. Now you're just going to follow through. And I'm rooting for all of you.
Answering that question because activism isn't something that I plan on doing, but I've always been passionate about firearm safety and gun violence prevention. But after my sister Jackie died at Robb Elementary, I was inspired to speak out in her honor. So my advice would be, if you're passionate about a cause, speak out sooner rather than later.
Are you a Girl Scout? Oh, I love that. I was a Girl Scout.
In today's rapidly changing world, what are the key skills and qualities you believe young girls should cultivate to be effective leaders and change makers?
Awesome. First of all, nice to meet you. Great question. I personally think that there's never really a perfect formula to creating the perfect leader. So you can never technically look upon it that way. But I think one of the biggest skills that represents me and who I am is the importance of risk-taking and building a fearless mindset. We talked a little bit about that. As you continue to go down your own path, right? And I'm proud to say that the reason I'm up on the stage is because I've failed more times than I've succeeded. And that's quite literally made me the person that I am. And it's important to not stigmatize failure and messing up, which is so much easier said than done, because your biggest enemy is your own self-doubt. And nobody can stop you from changing the world except for yourself.
So thank you so much for that question. I would say that one of the biggest skills that I think would be beneficial for every girl is to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and with the unfamiliar. Because if you are a passionate woman and ambitious woman, you're going to often find yourself to be the only woman or the only girl in that room. And the fear is natural, and it's important to understand that that fear is natural for everyone. But being able to take that uncertainty and then using it as a driving force to pursue the big things or the new things that nobody has done before, that's what's most important. And I think it's really key for girls with a vision to remember that it's not always going to feel the best, but it's going to feel really, really good for that young girl who's watching you do something that's never been done before.
Questions, and I want to thank the girls up here for all of your thoughtful answers. So as you walk forward on the path of your life, I want you to remember who's behind you, those girls following in your path. To the young girls in the audience, I hope that you leave here knowing that your boldness is beautiful, that you belong in all places of power, that your future can be anything you want it to be, and that you will never be in this alone. So before we part today, I want us all to stop for a second and look around at all the strong women and girls who have gathered here to support one another, to offer their kinship. Remember this feeling, because I know I will. Wrap yourselves in this moment and carry it with you always. Draw on it during those really hard days. And together, we will help each other find our voices, carry our dreams forward, pull others along, and rise higher than ever.